Why, we're back. Okay, so I think I kind of got off on a tangent on the last one, and I kind of wanted to explain what I do in treatment, um, and these affirmations. I don't think I ever even got to it, like actually what it is, but um, Misty says you say it over and over and it becomes true, and eventually you believe it. I was a big jerk when I started, and there were days where I was like, no, not reading that, because it wasn't true, and I felt like, I don't know, I was better than that, but um, I don't, I really regret that I didn't start journaling on my first day. Like, I wrote some stuff down in the little book that they gave us. Wow, look at that red light. This is a little book that they give us when we get there. I haven't even opened this in a little bit. So I just wrote like the stuff that they ask us, like that, what are your emotion words, and what's going on, and I didn't realize that there was so much information that I needed to be journaling or keeping track of, and I really just kind of copied like the other people in class and saw that they were taking notes. I was like, well, I should probably take notes. So I started writing some stuff down, more so the notes on DBT, which is dialectical behavior therapy skills. um, and but not really any kind of information. Okay, here's the first um, affirmation that I actually read, and it was on October 1st. I don't even know how many days I've been there. I apparently had a relapse, and my emotion word was paranoid and anxious, and my program goal was relapse prevention and anxiety management. Um, but I actually felt the need with this affirmation to read it. So I'm going to read it. It's not mine. I don't know who it was written by. Misty put it on the board, and I just copied it. Today I'm turning around all negative thinking to support a positive attitude. As I am choosing new encouraging thoughts, I am gaining higher self-esteem and self-confidence. And then we always say 3 things that we're grateful for. Um, for the first while, I just said I was grateful for my family, and then it turned into being grateful for the group. I'm grateful for the place that I'm at. Um, I grateful for treatment, so grateful, and the friends that I have made. Like, I have friends. It's amazing. This amazing feeling for someone whose heart would stop at the thought of talking to a stranger. I have friends, and I have some wicked kick-ass friends. I think I told you that before. So eventually it turned into me being thankful for my friends, and for the group, and blah blah blah, and turned into that. Here's like a little poem. I didn't even realize this was in here. It says, what am I afraid of not being perfect, or being who I really could be? I fear that I have no fucking clue who I am under all of this crazy. Who will I become after this process? I'm afraid of what I might be, or who I might be. And that was that was actually that was really scary, not knowing what comes after treatment. Like, I wasn't broken, therefore I'm not fixed. I was not sick, therefore I'm not healed. I was unhealthy, and now I am healthier and on my way to being the healthiest that I can. And there's a big difference with that. Um, Looking through this old one that I had, this old notebook, I'm not going to really call it a journal because I didn't do much journaling in there. But I wrote, I guess, little thoughts that I kind of took from whoever was teaching, whatever was going on. And things like slowing down. Don't let my emotions get confused and flustered. Just put brakes and slow down, because just like a million miles a minute, it's unworkable. It's undoable. Like, you can't live that way. You can't live that way. You just can't. You're gonna have a heart attack when you're 32, or some crazy thing or whatever, because you just can't live that way. I mean, you can't be afraid of life and try and live. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Okay, here's another one. This is where I kind of started getting in touch, and then I totally backed off. And maybe you'll get it as we go along in my little journey. So it's like a little poem, a tiny little one. No, sorry. I chose what was expected, what I was told I deserved. I am in love, but love is not full. I choose what they needed of me, not what I needed of me. I'll forever love more and most. I'll forever be content in second place. That doesn't mean much to you guys right now, because I don't think I've gone that far. But I think that's when things got real. Let me see if I wrote a date on that. I did. That was the 3rd of October. And then on the 7th of October, I got this one, because I got serious. I was like, some of these emotions and whatnot, like, they're legit. I need to figure out what the heck's going on. So I'm gonna read some more. Read another poem or something for you. Here's a good one. Yeah, a good one. I don't know if you can see it, like, on my gibberish writing. Yeah? Well, this line right here, it's like underlined 400 times. It says, I have to act without expectation. What does that mean? Anybody? To act without expectation means I need to do what I need for my needs to be met without expecting anyone else to follow along, to agree, to help, to join, to support. And I need to put out there what I need without expecting anybody or anything to meet those needs. And that's hard for me in two ways, in that don't express, I guess. I don't express my needs. And I honestly just don't have expectations of anybody at all anymore. I'm kind of back to that jadedness of people suck. You know, people use you, people get what they want and they go, or they somehow trap you. And yeah, so expectations, I think, are the farthest thing from my mind and things I have to work on. I mean, maybe I should expect more from people, but I think until I can stand on my own in confidence, I don't think I should be expecting anybody else to hold me up. So I think that's where we're gonna go with that. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there. What do you think? No, don't want to get like too deep. All right, here's another short snippet because I'm already 11 minutes into my 15-minute event. Afraid of everything leaves me lonely, but being lonely leaves me afraid. How do I become afraid of what doesn't exist? Being lonely just accompanies my fear. It's like they're friends or something, right? Like being lonely and being afraid and being anxious and being nervous and being excited. Emotions are so complicated, and I don't think people realize that because they're just going and going and going and going and going, and like they never stop to realize what they're doing or what's happening to their family or to their friends or to just those around them. I mean, a husband goes to work every day, 12 hours a day, and the wife is home all by herself with, 7 kids or 4 kids or whatever, and she's drinking vodka at 10, or having margaritas and having an affair with the pool boy. Like, you're not paying attention to those around you and the needs that they need met. I mean, depression can look like a big black hole underneath a blanket, and it's super obvious, and you know that shit's hit the fan. But depression can be standing right next to you, giggling and smiling and being normal, and it's cutting the shit out of their arms or their legs, or is binging and purging, or is going home and instantly crying for 12 hours straight. So don't have this Polaroid of what depression is, or anxiety as well. You can ask anybody who knows me, and they almost all say, oh, I never thought that you had anxiety. You have social anxiety? You're nervous? I would never have thought that. Well, it's true, bitches. Like, I'm tired of it. I am just over pretending, and I'm over the fake laugh and trying to fit in and trying to be what everybody else wants me to be. Anybody. I don't even care who you are. I try and fit your mold, and I'm done with that. I'm ready to be me. And I don't know what that is yet. I don't know who me is, but I'm figuring it out. And we'll see what happens. So I'll see you later. Thanks.